Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits, only temporarily, those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
I hear man talk all kind of lie. Oh, 20 million and 28 million. Lie! Me not take no salary increase. So my salary is what it was before. And I tell you something, I feel like just keep back to. Because he's a proud man, you know. Me not like people tell lie for me. I don't want you to come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister. And he's a prime minister around the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want labor rights carry that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
At least I can go.
Mr. Prime Minister, Minister of Health and Wellness, those of you who craft this order, I don't know what to say to you, but the Holy Ghost within me tells me that this order is working against the church, is working against the body of Christ. Mr. Prime Minister, I was watching a program last night and you declare me to be your good friend. My good friend, I'm telling you, sir, this order, God gets no glory out of it. and it's making the society worse than it ought to be. You're crippling the fountain of life that gives life to the nation. You're blocking the well. Somebody give me a chance in this house and plant this. You're blocking the well. You're stopping the fountain. Shakonda Bahura Babasata. Lose the church, lose the church, lose the church, lose the church, lose the church. You're destroying the foundation. And if the foundation be destroyed, what can the nation do?
Wagwan family, we have a lot going on right here. And Dr. Francis from the leader of Call to Action, he have a special announcement. He will join us shortly to give his special announcement from the Call to Action group on this platform. Guys, good afternoon. Now, make us start with, there's a lot going on right now. And we're going to start with Soljie calling up himself. Soljie calling up himself, people. You can't make this up. Soljie calling up himself. JDF Soljie calling up himself. We don't know what cause it. We're going to read it together and we'll see what go on. Where the news there? Yeah, Soljie calling up himself. People, every day, Jamaica's a Netflix series, you hear me? You know, stop up out there. Every day. You can't count on Jamaica to give you another episode. Every day. Something. Hold on. Well, that's a little note me get from this. So. Ah, boy. Lord. State sue TikTok claiming platform is addictive and harms mental health of children. Yes. It turn the children, TikTok not good for picnic. See it there? But anyway, may I get into this news this morning? Because if Soljie can't up himself, I can't make this up, people. Me say, don't me tell you, say. Don't I tell you guys that some things are happening in my country when they're supposed to happen. So let me read this piece of news. This is a piece of news. A soldier, when I hear me, good people, good afternoon. A soldier was this afternoon injured when his rifle discharged and shot him accidentally in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. He was reportedly mounting a patrol vehicle that was parked in front of the Spanish Town police station on Burke Road. When the incident happened, he was rushed to the nearby Spanish Town hospital by colleagues. His condition is unknown at this time. Soljie, we wish you a speedy recovery. The army full of peer youngster, still have milk on them mouth. Me see them all about, me see it, you know. Peer social media kind of soldier in Aguana, Jamaica. When I hear Carlos I say, it's not but social media type of soldier in Aguana, Jamaica. Me don't know what Aguana the people, but this don't look good at a John shop, you know, safe. So, him firearm went off, could I take out other people? I want to hear me, I say. When the firearm went off, it could have taken out other people. So, wow. So, there's also another piece of story I want to bring to you. I hope the soldier, I wish my speed recovery. Yeah, I hope him life is safe because whenever you see we got a hospital at them places like Haga and Goat, man, I must come back home. Man, I must come back home. So, I don't know what I go on. There's a lot of time we find ourselves in these hospitals. And before we go further, read it, hear what it was.
Yeah, go straight down to the bottom.
You know, you're
Yeah, me used to them always here. Them always there here. When I see she come, when I see she go out here, when I see she come, my mother got a town. And when I see she come, the sister was standing over there by the shop. I was say, where is your sister? I said, I'm not. Cousin said, she passed here and go up the road. She go up the road. And then she said she soon come back. So when she said she soon come back, she come and Jovel, you can talk to her. We run joke with them and tease them. And sometimes they will cry and then we say, leave me alone and I'm not trouble you and then we cuss you out and everybody's still there as one in the circle. So them go out. Them go
what kind of work today?
Them not really sensible to us. And that's 100. Them can. It's like if she goes somewhere now, she can't go out of the area. Them not really sensible. Them brain is like a young child. Yeah, it's like a young child, right? So them with their own.
How have you been searching for since?
Well, the mother, the Sunday, the mother went to Linstead side, Bagwat, Linstead, and asking people, right? That was the big road, and you go left turn. So you go Linstead and go down. Because of Bagwat, asking people, and people will just say, them see her, them show them picture, and them will say, them see her.
So people, when you are going, on the video are going, so they must say the woman was missing and the brother name a call. You can't make this up. So in other end time, yeah, expect anything, people. Your family member, your own family member name a call for you miss. Me see them carding off the area and me see them handcuff a man. So what am I say? Are the brother? Like I hear them say him not talk. And them act guilty. So based on information him give the police, them arrest him. So we're gonna read about it now. In St. Catherine North, police mount operation to locate missing Glengarth woman. A team from the St. Catherine North police have mounted an operation in Glengarth as investigators probe the disappearance of a woman in the community. Head of the police senior superintendent Hopton Nicholson told the Gleaner that the team is going to a location in the area where information gathered indicated that she may be found. Now, when I was reading this, them never say the body. Them say where indicated that where she may be found, right? They have information were gathered where she can be found. They never talk about where she may be found. So it was no body at that time. So the woman was reported missing since September 28th. The Gleaner understands that a sibling last night reportedly confessed to the police about being involved in the disappearance and provided a location to the cops. So what kind of location? We don't know if I want a hole. We don't know if I want a house. We don't know because the news did not give us that information. It is against the background that cops have mounted an operation to go to the area. La 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 la. Brother and sister. I remember it was in St. Anne a few years ago. A few years or a year or something like that. Sister letting gunman pan her sister come dirt her own her sister. Her Chilani, St. Anne Chilani, somewhere upon that side round there so. Because I did story on it. where sister letting gunman to go upstairs, go dirt her own sister. So as I mean, like seriously, the place I get dark, Jamaica. Some things are happen in Jamaica, no business we happen out there. Warm to a heart. Now, fear brother is involved. Fear brother is involved in this. Can you imagine? So him confess to the police. Him confess to the police based on what I read there, you know. Him tell the police what they want. So I think him probably give the police enough information them need to launch an arrest. So they make the arrest. The brother.
You saw him yesterday? You saw him yesterday?
In the business, in just there side in the business.
Yeah.
In the business.
So you were here to look?
Because you say it looks suspicious.
Yeah.
Him suspect him.
So hold on there. So while everybody are looking for his sister and sitting, they say him sit down there and talk. Him look suspicious. Can listen it again.
You saw him yesterday? You saw him yesterday?
In the RTS over there. In the RTS over there, what you there? In the RTS, I'm not talk. I'm not talk. In the business, in just there side in the business. In the business.
So you were here to look?
Because of talk. Because he say it looks suspicious. Him suspect him.
Where do you think he buried it? He buried it.
I don't know how it's alive. I got on the yard. But look, she got a night. It's not where I chuck the reach and go down.
No.
Yeah, and go straight down to the bottom.
You know her? You're
Yeah, I'm used to them. Them always there. When I see she come, when I see she go out here, and when I see she come, my mother got a town. And when I see she come, the sister was standing over there by the shop. I was say, where is your sister? I said, I'm not know. My cousin said, she passed here and go up the road. She go up the road. And then she said she soon come back. So when she said she soon come back, she calm and jovial. You can talk to her. We run joke with them and tease them. And sometimes they will cry and then we say, leave me alone and me not trouble you, and then we cuss you out and everybody's still there as one in the circle here. So them go out.
What kind of work she did?
No, them really sensible to all that. You understand? Them are 100. Them can. It's like if she goes somewhere now, she can go out of the area. Them not really sensible. Them brain is like a young child. Yeah, it's like a young child, right? So them with their own.
So who have you been searching for her since?
Well, the Sunday, the mother went to Bagwat, Linstead side, Bagwat, Linstead, and asking people, right? That would be big road, and you got
people are moan, man.
So you go Linstead and go down. So Akaza,
Dear Wheeling.
Akaza side. And asking people, and people will just say, them see her, them show them picture, and them will say, them see her.
Good morning, man.
So you hear that, people? You hear the wailing of the people. We're not tired to hear people about Jamaica and a weep and a ball and a holler and a moan. Jesus, friend. I don't think another set of people on the earth ball and weep and moan like a black people, especially Jamaican people. We are already traumatized from the experience of slavery. Right? And here the people them a ball and a wheel in the background every day. Appear mayhem among us, especially Jamaica people. There is a dark cloud hanging over my country. You see this pastor, Yasso? Later, I'm going to deal with him. My next video, him, you know, coming on with my pastor, our chopper. Wait till you hear the pastor say about the prime minister. I will deal with him. No wonder we have a dark clouds hanging around my country. when they have people in the country we're supposed to do the right thing. So we thought them up all fought. Now, brother involved in the sister missing. They said the boy sit down there, him now search. Him look guilty. Him probably hate her so much till him just want she disappear and sit down there and think that they go fly. Him don't even pull it off and act like him a search for her. Because you want to bet him that get way if in the play it off. Me say you want to bet him that get way if him that play it off and act like say him a search for her, him not know nothing. Eh? Can you imagine how much people do that in Jamaica and get to with it? Just act like say, you don't know nothing. Play fool, play idiot, play dumb. Walk on to my place. Dan Fox, me see you. Dan Fox say I in a Trelawney, it did happen. Thank you, my brother, for reminding me, because I say I sent on our Trelawney somewhere. Because I do story upon it, where the sister letting gunman upon her own sister become dirt her family. Gunman, she letting upon her own sister. The dirt her beautiful sister. You remember the case of what happened to that girl there? She in a jail or she there road? There's a dark cloud over Jamaica, and if you no see it by now, you can't go and stay there. Me I show you say things that happen, not supposed to happen. Me I tell you say in a Trelawney, last year, 5 members of one family dead on 3 bike. 3 of them crashed in a bus. Nobody don't live to tell the tale, you know. Not one man flash up in the ear and broke up and tear up himself and go to hospital, but him live to tell the tale. I want him to the rest of 4. All 5 members of one family, bike them a ride, you know. Pillion upon 2 of the bike and 1 of the bike a single rider. Yesterday, I read a story again when we do for Ono Yaso. 2 twin brother crashed by motorcycle. 2 of them dirt. And how them crash was kind of funny. Them crash riding separate motorcycle going in the opposite direction. Why them brother never crashing and nothing else? They crashing at each other and both brother never survive. Both brother end each other life. Look at people not telling about the normal thing when Jamaica was supposed to happen, you know. Twin brothers riding on separate motorcycle, opposite direction, head-on collision in each other, take out each other. Tell me if that's a normal thing. You know, sister sitting over Jamaica. Give me a damn idiot. Not because me are the son of the Rasta man, I'm in a certain thing, or not in a, but me not idiot. You have to be aware of what is going on. In the universe, I talk to is something not right. The universe, I speak to it clear enough. So there's an energy surrounding my country, the blood, the accidents, just the accidents on the pan road, some type of freak accidents. Just the way the people them take out them life and them end them life. It's just the way. It's not like a man drop out, you know, but it's just the way. 5 members of one family upon 3 bikes. Not one person live to tell the tale. Sure. Yeah, man. Jano. Yeah, man. People. 5 members of one family. Gone. Not one. Come here and look at him and say, not even one of them could have just fly up in the air and drop all 10 miles down the road and broke up and tear up himself and bruise up. But him live to tell the tale. 5 members of one family. 5 members of a family. Who never got dig hole for? Now them are twin brother here. Are going in the opposite direction on 2 bikes. Who no tell me if that normal? Who no tell me if that normal? There's on the energy. There's on the energy over the island. And the stay they don't look at the universe will talk to you. The universe will tell you, like your body, when your body is sick, don't something happen to you, some type of symptom. You feel pain, something happen. The universe will speak. Stay there. Think a normal time we are living on our people. We don't stay there now looking at it as Jamaicans. We are African people. We are not idiot. We are African people. We are not idiot. We look around. We just look on it. Just look. Look. The universe I talk to we as Jamaicans and we not listen. We could have go on and tell about some type of freaky type of accident and where people are taken out. And, you know, we don't know what go on. Yeah, man. So, people, I go to a short break before we go to the next subject. And I'll be right back.
I hear man talk all kind of lie. Oh, 20 million and 28 million. Lie! Me not take no salary increase. So my salary is what it was before. And I tell you something, I feel like just keep back to. Because he's a proud man, you know. Me don't like people tell lie for me.
Family, we have a special announcement at this moment from Dr. Francis, the leader of Call to Action, our Call to Action group. Dr. Francis, good afternoon, sir. You're up live.
Good afternoon, Jamaica Carlos. So you good job out there, keeping the people aware of what's happening not only in the United States but in Jamaica and the world. As a matter of fact, I just want to say good evening to you, the audience out there. Keep giving him your support, giving him the stuff to buy the 2x4s, to use the 2x4s, and whatever else he can do out there, because you know he's keeping the call to action alive, as we should, and tell everybody. As a matter of fact, let me just say this to you: we'll be coming on together very, very soon. We'll keep you posted as to what happens then. But right now, it is Milton, this name of the male hurricane that's out there that's giving us a hard time, or plans to give us a hard time. I just want to say to everybody out there, please just follow the instructions. If you're in an area such as in the western part of Florida, any part of Florida right now, you should really try to be prepared out there. Go out there, make sure you take up the stuff in the yard that could fly around and do harm to not only you but to others, and also to make sure you follow the protocol. Okay, there are shelters. I would think that those persons on the west should go as far away from there as possible. However, you remember in the history of hurricanes, and hurricanes do turn, and hopefully it doesn't, and hopefully it recedes or gets lower than the 180 they're talking about. I hope so, as they move forward and don't have as much strength as they normally do. So I'm just asking you guys, our prayers are with you, but not only that, just please be safe. Don't go out taking any chances and what have you. And if you have a home that is partially concrete, and stay in the concrete region, because that is much, much safer than the other regions of your home. So that's just the precautions I'm saying. Flying debris also. Those persons also remember the water surge. And that means you go higher if the water surges, okay? So basically, that's what I have to say to you this evening. I want to hear the comments out there, and I want you to tell other persons that you know are possibly in that area. Some of them may not hear. Some of them may not have any internet or what have you. But if you find a local phone or what have you, send the message out there so that we can reduce the carnage. So that's what this is all about. Thank you very much, Carlos, for giving me an opportunity. But let me also say to those in Jamaica, please keep us in your prayers anywhere in the world, that is, because right now we need it in every way, shape, and form as we try to help to build brand Jamaica. We look forward to, as I said before, putting some more information in front of you and go live so that we can interact with you. Over to you, Brother Carlos. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Any other questions to me? Any other concerns?
No, Dr. Francis, you all right? You're battened down and ready for this hurricane?
Absolutely, absolutely. I preempted hurricanes a long time ago. If it goes very, very bad, we how these things are. But to be quite honest with you, I removed my shutters and put in impact glass, which is very, very strong, and impact door, impact, for the garage everywhere, as best as I can. So that's basically get water, get those things. I don't have a generator, to be quite honest with you, but I have a freezer that has stuff in it, and also 2 freezers. So that I have always keep food around me, because we have people in the family that eats a lot, including myself, I'd imagine. Okay, so that's basically it.
It's obvious.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Francis, you have charcoal and grill?
Oh yes, I have not only a charcoal grill, I have a one with the gas on it as well. So I have two of them. Yes.
All right.
The 2 types of grill, and then also in the yard, remember we have also got stick, little sticks that I keep, and also things just in case you run out of coal or anything like that. Yeah.
So what
Jamaica.
advice would you give people who try to go through water, rushing water and stuff like that?
Oh no, I think that people should really understand that they do not go. If you see water, just stay put. If it is coming too high, then you have to call 911 or the rescue people to come and get you. What is good is that and if you have neighbors, make sure they know that you're there. If you can't have people who cannot move around by themselves, you have to really make preparation for them and move them out of the house if you think that that's a threat, especially if you're close to the ocean. You know, if you're close to the ocean and there's a storm surge, of course you're gonna have high water. And if you can't swim, I would suggest you go somewhere where other persons can assist you. Okay, so let's hope it doesn't get to that though, Carlos. I know what happened the other day with Helene. It just was that's a storm out of whack. This is one that they say might be out of whack too. So you have to just look at it and just read up about it or ask a friend, who you think knows. I'm lucky to. Where I live, I have a fireman on the street, you have police on the street, you have this, you have that. So, and we talk.
But hold on,
right?
Dr. Francis. We're talking about drone, and somebody put something in the comment section and say, I still can't believe, Ransford McLean said, I still can't believe that people are drowning in potholes in Jamaica. Have you heard about that? One man dropping a pothole and drown. Man riding bicycle, and the bicycle like he dropping it. We don't know if him lick him head, and he man drown a pothole. Jamaica, big battle.
Listen to me. To be quite honest with you, I'm not surprised these things are happening in Jamaica. Not because I want to bash Jamaica, but the fact of the matter is that the roads have not been looked after for a very, very long time. And if you remember, this young man went out to play soccer the last time when Beryl was on, and he has not been seen since. I don't know if they even found the body yet. And what is hurtful is that there's a lady with dementia, and she didn't know what was going on, and she went out and a tree fell on her. So thank you for reminding me. I was speaking to somebody about the disabilities in Jamaica. We have to understand that in this scenario, anywhere for that scenario, you have to have people who can communicate with these people with disabilities. Can you imagine if you have a safe place and it does not have the ramp for your wheelchair to go up or something? These things have to be put in place before, So it's we have to be prepared for it. Luckily, about a hurricane and a storm, you are given advice and you're given prior warning, before it happens. So you can take the necessary steps while you get this prior warning. And we believe, as a scout does, that we have to be prepared. In fact, Carlos, if I remind you that we started a thing called the Jamaica Diaspora Foundation, which is called Be Prepared, where we're talking about hurricanes, earthquakes, anything like that. And the foundation is alive and well. And we are doing what we're preparing is not only for Jamaica, but for the rest of the Caribbean in particular. And we do have, it's very active, and we're working on it. That's Jamaica-Foundation.org, and it has the colors of the Rastafarian colors, red, green, and gold, similar to yours. And so you can look it up, right? And see, we have instructions in there. We'll be there for people to read and think about what they do. But in regards to the guy, that's so unfortunate. But you have sinkholes in Jamaica too, don't forget, And remember, if one thing about it, people discharge a lot of plastic and so on and so forth, and it clogs up wherever you are. So you have to make sure those areas are clean, and so the water can run to the sea. And certainly, if you see water rushing, and don't go in near it, because once you go in there, there's something might be going in the water that can just hit you. So and maybe that's what happened to that young man. So sad.
No, Dr. Francis. He was on the road riding his bicycle and dropping a pothole. Yes. The pothole full of water. There was not road didn't full of water. Pothole.
Well, yes, that's what I'm trying to say to you. There are potholes in Jamaica, Carlos, that are like a well. Okay? And if you never saw it before and you're riding, that can happen to you. You can go in and break your neck. You see what I'm saying? It may not be the water.
Yeah.
But there are some potholes. Huh?
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, because I was talking to some people in Jamaica, not to bash, I said Jamaica, but they're telling me that in some areas, especially farming areas, they cannot get their produce to go to market because the roads are so bad they have to go somewhere else. Okay? So these are things that we have to look for, we have to look out for. in Jamaica, and they should be patched and what have you, knowing what's going to happen. Because Jamaica is a place that any card can play, you know, because we are there and we have been lucky enough not to have any earthquakes, major earthquakes, and we have been lucky enough not to get any major storms apart from Beryl the other day. But God forbid we get something like this coming through Jamaica. We have been serious problems.
Well, Dr.
So,
Francis.
you know, and most important, if you remember, they were talking about the shelters. So here in the United States, you may have more shelters and so on and better access. But in Jamaica, for example, if you don't have shelters that have the necessary things, generators, equipment, water, and so on, and nursing, you know, people, and it's prepared, what are you going to do?
But Dr. Francis, Jamaica, don't forget that Jamaica have more shelters than California and Florida combined.
Well, if you want to believe that one, then I guess the moon rains, it doesn't shine.
We have a question for you. Hold on, Dr. Francis. More have to change a little bit. Can you no longer more have to grab you up on the platform? Yeah? From
yes,
you're a doctor, right? Dr. Francis, yes. You get a doctorate. How long it took you? Because the Prime Minister of his doctorate, and we want to explain what the Prime Minister have. How long it took you to get your doctorate?
Total of it's about 10 years in total. I mean, when you finish certain things and move through, call it 7 years minimum.
7 years minimum.
7 years minimum. Yeah, I mean, in my case, yeah.
So now, explain to us the Prime Minister's doctorate and the time. Tell me how good of a person the Prime Minister would have to be, of a super person to conduct WEMA and at the same time pursue a doctorate. Tell me, can it sound like the Prime Minister is a super being?
Listen, you know something. This question is a catch-22. You know, damn divide. The fact of the matter is, my friend, is that listen to me. There are doctorates and there are doctorates. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I've seen people go and then they come back and say they're Dr. So-and-so by going to some Christian university or what have you, and so on and so forth. And maybe they're doing on biblical studies and maybe they're that smart. But to be quite honest with you, the process that you have to go through is a very unique process, and it doesn't change wherever you are. And you have to go to an internal review board, etc., etc. You have to do your quantitative or qualitative research, meaning that you either ask questions, do surveys, etc., etc. It's an onerous process, and you have people watching you everywhere you go and watching what work you're doing, and then you have to do, if you're not a statistician, so it depends on the degree, to be quite honest, how difficult it is.
So hold on, Dr. Francis.
If you have to include statistics and all that sort of thing, you have to do the work, the research, and then get it evaluated if you're not the person who can evaluate it, and surely you might not be that person. So I can't say how long we got it. I don't know what the university. I hear it was Northern University. I know I did some and look at it and see it's fairly a reputable university, but I don't know what degree he did.
So do you think, by hearing all of that, do you think that the Prime Minister is a superhuman to be the sitting Prime Minister juggling 28 accounts with 6 to 4 transaction each day, at the same time pursuing a doctorate? You would suggest that is a superhuman?
Well, I think he would be in the category of Einstein and his and that sort of thing, and you know, some really, and you know,
yes.
And so if he's that smart, I guess he can do it. You know, but I guess there are other methods one can use these days. We have to be careful. You know, I don't know what he went through. I'd have to actually see the dissertation and all that sort of thing to know whether or not he went through it. But he's a smart guy. Yes. To be quite honest, but how smart he is, I don't know.
Einstein smart, man. Come on, man. And give it to the man. Einstein smart.
Yes.
Dr. Francis.
Yes.
It's always good to have you on this live, you know.
I know, and I want to, you know, listen to me. Right now, we're in a quagmire in Jamaica, as far as I'm concerned. We you know, and remember, Call to Action was one of those few organizations that sort of tried to bring out certain, and people, we got cursed out for it. I mean, right now, some people think that we are being disloyal, disgruntled, unpatriotic, and that sort of thing. because of how what we do. But then now I've realized that if we had not, we are like we were the ones who opened that can of worms, and everybody's jumping on now. Everybody's giving advice. I've been reading the other day. I remember somebody told me, "Hey, what are you doing? It's focusing so much on crime, Carlos." That's what the person said to me. Why, we have other things, education and this, and now all they can do is talk about crime. So I'm saying to myself, what's going on here? So the point I'm trying to make is that we have to understand that there's some things that we have to do. We cannot avoid it, and so that we can get things done and we can get Jamaica an even keel. And one of them, for example, is the whole business of the hospital. I listened to some speeches recently, okay? And they're talking about fixing hospitals. And, hold on now. Why? We had spent $20 billion, I think, on the one in Montego Bay, and it's still not functional.
21 billion. 21 billion. 21 billion.
Yeah, okay, so what's 1 billion to Jamaica? What can I tell you? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
The fact of the matter is that they don't have an ambulance that works. So when the man fell the other day and people say, "Oh, you are just simply, why are you highlighting that?" Oh, hello, you were saying that. If you had a father, if you had a brother, if you had a sister who had that happened to at the airport, wouldn't you like them to get? And we are among the worst in the Caribbean. Am I saying that? No, go look it up. Go Google it. Everybody loves to Google. Am I lying? Go see whether it's fake. Everybody wants to say everything is fake. Okay, but you don't have to say, just don't listen to me. Go right now, go Google it and see where you can get little bit of Cayman Islands, number one in the service in the airport. Bahamas, number one, and some small places.
But don't forget, but hold on, The Prime Minister might disagree with you because they say we are the financial superpower of the Caribbean and we are the best bugs back off a big sea and we are the best at everything. So, me don't know.
Listen to me. I have stopped listening to politicians on whichever side I'm just stopped. I just look and listen to the people, right? I listen to what's happening in Jamaica.
Yes, sir.
Right? Can you have access to good education from an early age? No. Right? Can you have access to a good job in Jamaica after you've been fully qualified? No. Are boys more going to school in Jamaica early? No. You know what I mean? Should I continue in 1962, for example? In 1962, more men were going to the university than the women in Jamaica. No, the thing is totally reversed. And not that I'm saying it's a bad thing, but what has happened to the boys? These boys couldn't get pregnant according to their parents or whoever it was. And so as a result, they go on, and now what they become, they have no chappers, whatever. Some have avoided that, but without a mother and a father, well, I didn't have a father figure really in my life, but without strong parents and strong families, we are going to have all these problems,
yes,
my brother.
But Dr. Francis, may I make an announcement based on comment in the comment section. Guys, call to action is alive and well, in a mashup. It does split. People split off. But we still they're here. Me, Herb, Dr. Francis, and others. We have some female in the group now. It even bigger people. We are a bigger group right now, call to action. And with us a way to strike. You understand me? The call to action group is still strong with Dr. Francis as the leader. You understand me? This is call to action. Remember that. This is what? Go ahead, Dr. Francis. You have anything to add?
I want to add something to that.
Go ahead.
I want to add something to that. Listen, the race is not for the swift, for those that can endure. Okay? Everybody has heard that. And we are making sure that we do not make the mistakes of the past. Okay? Because when you believe in something and believe in some people and believe in this, and they turn out and they're going to go and they're going to demonize you and etc. I mean, it doesn't make sense. So you have to be careful the next time around. You have to get people, and there's so many good people who are calling, and I encourage people to call you, say, hey, I would like to be part of the whole action. I would like to help you to get to this goal. Because I'm telling you this, if we had not started at the Miami embassy and done what we did, then the others would not have taken place. And I have heard people say, oh, where they call us a dirty 30, but even if we were 30, and it was not, right? And I heard even people, listen to me, within our ranks saying that. And I'm saying to myself, are these people really serious? Are they thinking before they say anything? Okay? So why have you not heard from me? Because you know something? We are making sure that we do not make no mistakes the second time around. You know, second chances are not easy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like this, you see, you know. So therefore, we believe that we know that we're in a better position now as it's called that than we were before. And so it's unfortunate. Let me just make it quite clear. I know a lot of us are hurting as to why, you know, we're not advocating and so on and so forth right now. But it will function, and we are encouraging, especially young people who are interested. Of course, for people to come and do some work for us and so on, we have to go through certain things and make sure that we have the right people in the right place at the right time. Okay? Because we're not going to be like, hey, you know, come on board. We are going to make sure, because we know that this is a lot at stake. Jamaica is in a terrible, terrible, terrible quagmire. I'm not in political here now. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't believe me, hold on. Look, the price of electricity, for example, since burial, in particular, has gone up by 150%. Okay, why is that so? I mean, yet we have sunshine almost every day. We have a lot of rain now, which we're thankful for, so the aquifers can now have rain. But at the same time, the light we have to pay through our noses.
Dr. Francis.
I mean, one person told me that they were paying $6,000 before burial, and now they're paying $16,000.
Yes. So, Dr. Francis, may change speed. Tell me, what do you think about the 28 account and what the Prime Minister, the Integrity Commission report on him that is public? What do you think about that?
What I think about that, I think that the Prime Minister loves accounts. I think he has, you know, that's why he has 28. Am I being facetious? I guess so. But the fact of the matter is that I don't know. Listen, I believe that the Integrity Commission is just trying to function. But I do believe that Jamaicans down there, they are the ones who have to hold their governments accountable. I say there because some Jamaicans don't want us to get involved, and I don't want to vote in Jamaica necessarily. I just want, you know, since I have business and whatever down there, I want to see everybody thrive and everybody. But let me go back to the accounting business. So therefore, we have to hold, if we have a rule, we have a rule that everybody is to declare their assets within the parliamentary structure. Okay, both opposition and government. And so if they ask of this, and in fact, it's the Prime Minister, I understand, who set this all up. Okay?
Yes.
So right now, to be quite honest with you, I don't know how you got 28 accounts. I've heard and I've read, and I'm saying to myself, you know, and I posted this somewhere. I said, look, if the Prime Minister, right, you know, he's a smart guy and so on and so forth, and he has done this and so on, then he shouldn't have any problem. This, you know, but no, what he's turned around to do is I have read that he is now suing the very institution he formed. Right? He's now suing, and you know, and I'm not going to buy this thing about he's trying to follow other people. No, everybody has their own conscience. The Prime Minister is a good man. I mean, I still call him a friend. He may not call me a friend, because I don't know. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, everybody has to be accountable, okay, especially when they're dealing with other people's money.
So tell me, right? Dr. Francis, so tell the public that you know the Prime Minister personally, Dr. Francis.
Absolutely personally, absolutely. I've helped him on occasions in his political life, and I'm very proud of the fact that I've done that. I think, you know, he's a very smart young man, and what have you. And let me tell you something. When he started, I mean, the general public loved him. You know, loved what he had to say, etc., etc. And I really wish he would try to go back to some of those days, because, you know, I've heard some stories now that I don't even want to believe, to be quite honest with you. Alrighty? And as regards to 28 accounts, well, let him explain it, Carlos. I don't know how to explain.
Let me answer this. Do you think while this investigation is going, when him have an impact on everything under him, do you think the man should be in office while this investigation is being conducted?
Okay, that's a very good question, and one that's another catch-22 question. It's left to the Jamaican people as far as I'm concerned. All I know is...
Hold on, man. Hold on, Dr. Francis. Don't dance around the thing. You said the man have a conscience. You said the man have a conscience. Hold on, man. Hold on, the man. All bull. Hear me, no, man. You said the man have a conscience. Let's start on the basis of a conscience. having a conscience.
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead, my brother.
Right.
No, we are talking about it. You say
start-
no. You say
you
have a
want to
conscience.
start
So
on that basis. But
yes,
listen,
yes,
what I'm
yes.
trying to say to you is that, look, here's what I'm saying. The system must work, and the Prime Minister is in charge of the system, and
Yes.
he has 9 portfolios under his belt. Okay? So my view is, if you're in charge of that, then you should be able to be able to open it up to scrutiny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And the question you must ask yourself is he opening it up to scrutiny? Right? Now, all I can do is to read what I have seen in the papers and what have you, and people now ask it to hold him accountable. The people of Jamaica elected him, so therefore they must hold him accountable. All right? So that is what I'm going to say. Now, the fact of the matter is what happens. I don't know what is going to happen because I'm flabbergasted. I remember, okay.
All right, Dr. Francis, hold on, Dr. Francis, hold on there. Since you don't want to answer the question, let me ask that a different way. If you was the Prime Minister, would you step down? You have a doctorate in it, but me not a doctorate in it, but me not fool. Would you step down?
You are very unfair. Listen, Carlos, you are very unfair. Because you're unfair. I like you, you know that, but Jesus. I mean, you never stop. You're like, you
Ask the question because you can't answer me. I ask you, Dr. Francis, would you step down if it were...
I am not, hold on. I am not going to go out there and I can give my opinion.
Yeah, about you.
I'm not, but hold on,
yes.
let me tell you.
I'm sorry.
I don't have the money to fight the lawsuit that the Prime Minister is on these people right now. You understand it? They have the money.
Yes.
Now, do you remember though? Hold on, let's go back a little bit.
Answer the question, man.
You
don't answer the question.
No, I've answered it, Deborah.
All right, get to it. Let me
give you a context now.
All right.
Context matters, right? Do you remember some time ago a group of people were meeting and they wanted somebody to sign some papers to sue the Prime Minister? You remember that?
Yes.
All right, fine. And you remember what happened? The person, me, rebelled and said, no, I'm not doing that one. Why do you think I said that I'm not doing that one?
Why?
Because I know the Prime Minister.
Okay, you know the Prime Minister.
So what he's going to do.
So hold on there. So you know him. Hold on there. What are you telling me about? So answer the question. Continue. Can you say answer the question? Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I'm trying to answer the question. So therefore, I'm saying to you, I know if I were in that position and I was found wanting, I would not stay there. I would Bruce Gordon didn't, and he left, and who else again? I can't remember. There was a guy who had done something up in some market up in I think in Clarendon. He called for the person to leave, and the person left too. So if he is doing that, I'm sure that he should know what he has to do. Let me put it there. He should know what he has to do. That's the best answer you're going to get from me.
Yeah. Well, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. I'm not gonna beat you up on that.
So, but let me say this to you. This is what I'm saying. I don't think he should have found himself in that position in the first place.
Thank you.
That's my view. Right? So that's it. So I'm just saying to you, and he's a very, very smart man. Okay? And I listen to his speeches all the time, and he has grown so much. And he must grow in every way, you know what I'm saying? And he's a religious man.
He's a what?
Right? So
hold on.
He says he's a religious man.
But hold on, what about the Samoa agreement? What do you think about that? And he's a religious man. Is that aligned with what God say or the Bible?
Well, to be quite honest with you, I am not really schooled on the Samoa agreement. You'll have to tell me some more information on that because I have not really looked into it, to be quite honest with you.
All right. Well, I will send documents to you.
Send the documents to me because I've heard of it, but I really have not penetrated it. Listen to me, Carlos, to be quite honest with you. You know, I was overwhelmed, and I don't know how you are not overwhelmed with all the literature. You know, when I read the Integrity Commission, something I had to read it over and over again because I couldn't believe my eyes. Okay? And when I heard the notice and I watched various people go on it and so on. And I'm saying that why is the Prime Minister fighting this? Why would he do that?
Because he's innocent. He's innocent. He's innocent. He's fighting. An innocent man is fighting.
In fact, innocent until proven guilty, I guess. Yes. I guess. But you know, here's the situation, my friend. Is that right now we need what we need in Jamaica are people going to say, look, really, really, we love Jamaica. I want the best for all Jamaica, not just some Jamaica. And I think that's the situation. I don't think you should really burden the Prime Minister alone, because there are other people around him who could advise him, and there are his advisors. Okay?
Oh, you mean
But
why we shouldn't burden him alone? Because the book don't stop with the Prime Minister, Dr. Francis?
It stops, but it had to get there somehow through other people.
But
And you can call names. They have portfolios. For example, when was it the last time you heard something about the Minister of Justice, Minister of what? National Security? When was the last time?
But look here, are you watching are you seeing my show right now? Can you see it? Can I see it?
I can't see it now.
I can't. You can't see it. Oh, if it was in the studio, I probably could have seen it or look on another device. Because I could have shown you how the Prime Minister deal with the Minister of National Security. I'll send the video to you also, since you brought that up. But listen, Dr. Francis, while you try to say the Prime Minister is not allowed to be blamed, listen to this while you're there. Listen.
No,
listen.
Hold
on, man. Listen to this. What are you saying to me?
I am not saying that.
Yes.
I am saying that he has his right to a fair trial, right?
Yes.
A fair, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
So he has taken it upon himself, right, to defend, to bring it to court.
But you have said, tell me that there are other people should be in a blame also who are around him.
That's the point I'm making.
But
that's the point.
But one on Dr. Francis, I just want you to hear this real quick. Just listen to this real quick.
I don't want you to come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want labor rights carry that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
You hear the man say, Dr. Francis.
I absolutely yes, and I agree with him. But maybe he does not agree with himself. I don't know.
He said, hold him accountable. Him are the Prime Minister. Him run the country. So when I beat up, that's what I beat him, you know. Because when I beat up Tough Tan for not doing enough in a healthcare or VAS and a transportation or anybody who's elected out there, the buck stop with the boss. And that's him I tell you.
I agree. I agree now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he has to hold himself accountable. And I understand that to be fully true. But to be quite honest with you, them some won't make to say anything. And Jamaican sayings are wonderful, aren't they? Mouth make to say anything. A man can say anything, that comes to his mind and he wants to express it, he can. But unfortunately, the buck is going to stop here.
True, man.
The buck is going to stop here. So I want to see Jamaica not even here. I want to see Jamaica have some leaders who are really leading the correct way. Okay? And, there are people, right now there are people frowning. Hey, listen to him. What is he, he must be envious on what have you. No, we're not envious. It's like, let's look at the whole hurricane that's going. When the hurricane passed through the destruction, who did the destruction? The hurricane. You know what I mean? It's not, of course, if we had cleaned the drains and cleaned this and fixed the roads and we had shelters, maybe so many people wouldn't die. So that blame must be on somebody else. You see what I'm trying to say to you? So you can't pass the blame off and to the people because they are not in charge. And what the people of Jamaica must know is if you give people a job to do, they must do it. And they must be held accountable.
That is the problem. Accountability. That's a problem, Dr. Francis. Nobody now look over what kind of work this I want to do and if them do it right. And it's been going on from my boy,
Well, it's been going for a very long time.
And you're older man for me.
Listen to me. You know what hurts me? The hospitals in particular. Remember, when somebody gets sick, there is, you must understand you need help. especially when you're weak or you're older or what have you and so on. So you have to have access. I mean, this person I know, he's trying to find a particular trait for somebody who's not well in Maneuver, right? And they can't find it, the length and what have you. And what they're going, and we, you know, what we're going to do? We have to help people like that because they can't help themselves. And that's where the funds come from, local government, all government, to find out. And then we are talking about funds that come to Jamaica as gifts. Just the other day, somebody got a huge gift for the hospitals, right? And all we have to do is reach out to other people. And then when the things come into the island, they are fairly distributed. Okay? That's the key, you know. All right, we just need people to be reasonable. Okay, you know, and what we have to do, and we're not talking with malice. We are saying that if you get a job to do it. Okay, okay. Do you know that there are only 2 buses that are disabled access in the entire Jamaica? 2 buses.
2 buses.
Can you imagine that? Okay.
Why not all the buses?
That's the point I'm making. Right? And don't forget, you know, a lot of ambulances stayed on the wharf and were rotted down in our history because the people brought them in and they couldn't just give them free. When you think like an ambulance, listen, when you go on the road, let's go. You know, we can deal with healthcare anytime or schooling, education, anything you want to talk about. You know, any aspect of Jamaica, and it is there, and you're going to tell me that you have no quick access to the doctor, access you know, information and so on. That's unforgivable. You see the point I'm making? So the small things sometimes become the big things. Right? Look at the man at the airport.
Let me ask you a question, Dr. Francis. Serious question. Would you think about retiring in Jamaica right now? You think Jamaica is ready for you? Healthcare, may I talk about security and healthcare wise?
No, I don't. I honestly don't think so. And I've spoken to a lot of doctors in Jamaica, and they don't think so either. A lot of people in Jamaica, when they're not well and they have the money, they come straight to Florida. Is the first place they go, or to New York or somewhere else, and that is tragic. I have a lot of friends who are down there who have come back. And thankfully, they're healthy enough to. But if they have any problem, they're gone to Miami on the next flight.
Wow.
Okay. So the fact is that we have young people out there. And let me also tell you something that's happening in the system. Is that people, they can't go to the hospitals and get the treatment at a reasonable price. So many of the doctors now are opening clinics outside. That most of the stuff like the what do you call it, colonoscopy and all of those various things that they have to do and doctors have to do to get information to move on with a surgery or what have you. People they're privately owned, and if they're privately owned, that means they have to have money to get these, you know, MRIs or what have you and so on. Okay, that's just one aspect of it, though. One aspect. But there are other people coming into Jamaica who are not Jamaicans, for example. They have the wherewithal to get these things done, and they're also the ones who are taking home the bacon. That's, you know, and you know, have the best jobs and making them more money, right, to keep them afloat. We need more equity in Jamaica, and we have to call on our leaders to give us that type of equity. I do believe that we start with the children, the young children, okay, getting them in a good education, and make sure that they follow the path, and we also structure. We need men back in the homes, right, to be fathers. Okay, we need to encourage them to do. We need to get them funds. People don't have to necessarily go away like me. When I couldn't feed my children back in 1999 after the election, I had to leave. I had to leave. There was no question as to, you know, if I had stayed there, I don't know what would have happened. Nice house, yes, but if you can't feed them, you can't feed them with grass.
No, rough out.
Exactly. So a lot of people are talking and saying this and saying that, but they must remember what we are going through. Okay, and we have to work. And yes, a lot of people who have stayed in Jamaica have done very, very well. Okay, but at the same time, on the other hand, the young people in particular, where do you think the shutters come from? Where do you think the scammers come from? Right? Those persons who are becoming teachers now and doctors and so on and so forth, their parents have to have some serious money for them or the relatives abroad. Okay? And the other day you saw what happened. A host of teachers left and went to all over the place. And now we're trying to get teachers from Uganda and all, and bring them in.
Mm-hmm.
When we could have trained them and paid them, we have to pay them too. And don't tell me that there's no money. Jamaica has money, Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica has money, people out there. Jamaica has money. And we send on our remittances. And the question is, what happens to our remittances? What happens to the donations from the other countries? Where are those monies going and how are they being spent? Now, when you talk about that, people say, oh, you don't. What are they saying? The funds that come in from donor countries should be go to the people which was really intended, not the people who run the organizations. And I'm not, I don't know what happened, but the fact is that there are too much things that we
some old Dr. Francis. It's at them old time stuff where I come from back in the days when you were young, just like you're older man for me. And when we were younger, my band come see them a thing I go on, and you need to change.
Yeah.
You need to change with a modern time now, and these guys know we need change, but if they change it, all the money gonna run.
But here's the thing, Carlos. Here's the thing. The people of Jamaica, right, do not demand change.
Mm-hmm.
Then how are we gonna get change? Let me give you an example.
You're right on that one.
Right now, I know a man that has got his papers from the United States, right, and he needs one paper, and they have to go to the police place downtown to get it, and he hasn't gotten it. Why? Because they need money. People need money to do anything in Jamaica, and that's sad, right? Everybody is trying to do, but come on. So the people of Jamaica have to decide what they want. You can't eat a cake and have it, right? You have to say to them, listen, there is a standard. I'm going to uphold the standard. I'm going to help my brother and my brother rise. Everybody, you know what I mean? And listen to me. I'm going to tell you this. I heard something about Mexico the other day. 2 mayors or 2 people were elected, and within 3 months they killed them.
I was reading about yesterday. The mayor died in a few days after being in office.
In a few days, right? And I'm saying to you, my God, is this where we're heading? If we're not careful, this is where we're heading, because what is happening is that the bad man, they want to take over.
Yeah.
Right? And there's so many things happening. And if you don't have the right leaders in there, it's going to happen.
Crime now fight, Dr. Francis. Crime now fight. See it right before you. No, crime now fight. Right now, the amount of man with dirt people and them walk around Jamaica, them come to your funeral, come drink manish water, eat curry goat, and say, oh, Carlos was a good guy. Yeah? You know what's people out there, them not investigating. We know people. We have a case with Commissioner Jai is telling us she have a family member saying where police is unwilling to go look for who hurt our family member, dirt our family member. So it's all over. See, there's no investigation being done. Nothing.
Let me tell you something. There are cases and there are cases, and that is one particular case I'm going to have to talk to the commissioner about. But let me say this to you. There are people in Jamaica who want better.
Yes.
And they're not afraid. They're not afraid. But there's a way to do it. And there's, and so on. That, you know what I mean? You have to find a way to do it. And so on. Because I think that once you start to grab a hold of the people who are doing this, right? And the people who they can pay off and get it done, and you bring them as an example, then you will start to get somewhere. Okay? But it takes moolah, it takes money. Okay? So you literally have to have some serious money to get people to do anything in Jamaica.
This it can be done, Dr. Francis, because Jamaica is very small, you know. Everybody know everybody business at Jamaica. No hold on. When me there at Jamaica, me know everybody business in many mile radius. Me know who are good thief. Me know who broke house. Me know who just come from prison. Me know everybody in a many miles radius. And we have the district constables in Jamaica. District constables got school with me, right? Them know with parents or grandparents and know when they see we grow up. They know people who migrate from the community and people who come into the community. Strange faces, them know. So the Jamaica excuse them can't find who did what. Me not believe that. Yeah, Jamaica. I just believe that too much food and them thing are going.
Let me make it quite clear. First of all, you have to know who you can trust. Just look at our situation. We have to know who you can trust. Because let me say this to you. The more thing in Jamaica, them can't get caught, but them get him shot.
That is true.
There are some people in Jamaica that people will not touch them because we call them dog heart. And let me tell you something. When I was walking down the road, in where I'm from or anywhere in where I'm from, and a man and somebody said, try to do something to me. Me say, you know, so and so. And they never look at me again. Me said, my brother.
Just give him a name. Can name powerful of Jamaica, you know. Name powerful of Jamaica, you know. Not the police pull you over if you come for a certain name, you know.
Yeah. So therefore, we need more of that. And so, unfortunately, we need more people who are dog hearts. Let me tell you, see the people that all them girls that were abused and them kill them and you can't find them and whatever. If they had people in their families that are dog hearts, or they had, you know, them talk about the dons, you know. But the dons that I knew, right? I know. You couldn't do certain things in their communities, you know. You may say, yes, they got government contracts and all that sort of thing. But also, many of them, and I don't, not that I'm trying to expose the what should I say, the efficacy of dons or what have you. No.
And then hold on, Dr. Francis. Speak the truth, man. That era was an era where in our history, and for the younger people, they need to know what's going on. So when I grew up, Dr. Francis, there was dons, right? And certain things could go on in the neighborhood.
No.
And it seems as if since it look like we need Dan, we always need a pusher. Me don't know.
Yeah, but the problem is that these so-called dons now are playing the game.
Them are dirt people, man. They're not trying to keep the community safe.
They're playing the game. So you don't have, but there are areas, and you go and look at the areas that have no violence. Those guys not going in there because they know they're not coming out. And those guys are not carrying money and keeping it in there because the man said, that's it.
I think if we have a good neighborhood watch, I think, Dr. Francis, I believe if we have a good neighbor watch system in Jamaica, we'll be all right, you know. Because now everybody have phone. Everybody have phone. Nobody could come in their community and roll out.
Carlos, there are some communities, I will tell you, these people avoid. You see what happened in Negril with those guys who, I think they were trying to rob Beryllium or something like that. Guess what happened? These people knew these guys, you know, and they come out and they shot and them jump up.
Yeah, Nigel a playpen. Nigel a place where you go pull out certain things.
That's what I'm saying.
So easy.
You think they're going to try that in a Nigel? No.
Yeah, you're right, Dr. Francis, and I know there are neighborhoods where people. My neighborhood are one of them. My neighborhood are one of them. You know. My neighborhood are one of them. You know. My neighborhood are one of them.
What? Sorry.
Me I say I know neighborhoods in Jamaica. Some people now go man. Them can't go.
No. And they're quiet places. But the in between. And what happened is that you remember this lady came on the other day and she was saying that her young 18-year-old son was killed. And she was telling people that's what you need to play. I don't know if you have it, but I can send it to you. You need to play for people who are listening in Jamaica and wherever. Because this lady said, look, you all know, see, your picnic was bad from beginning, right? And you don't have you don't get a hold of that person. And my son was like that.
Me not see that video there. I'm gonna see that video, Dr. Francis. You have to send that one to me. I have not seen that one.
You know, saying thief. You know, saying do this. You know, saying I kill people. Right? What are you expecting for them? You expect him to kill him one day. That's what the mother said.
You're right.
She need the government to get involved. So we have to look. We can't let them go like Lego bees.
No, sir.
And type of cook, my mother says, show me, come and tells you who you are. Right? And my mother looked for me and said, I brought you in this world, I would take you out. And I believe her. And here I am today talking to you. I mean, not that I came from any, you know what I mean? We didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we need to get back to this. People need to stop this bullshit about diadism and all that sort of thing. What we need is a country. Listen to me. Everybody in Jamaica, I want to say, sorry, in the world knows where Jamaica is. Right? But if you notice that the visitor arrivals of September was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very terrible. So what I'm trying to say to you is that people are not, but the violence is palpable. You can't have a place with 3 million, not even 3 million people, and they're number 1 or number 2 or number 3 in the world in murders. That doesn't make sense. And when you talk, people vex. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the murder people and they get away, they should not get away.
Yeah, man.
Right?
That is the problem, you know. And that's what is forcing other youths into crime too, because they see John Brown do it, dirt how much man, and he never get catch. So it's just like, you see the boy then walk going to market, go dirt people. You see them going to school, go dirt people. In a gas station, go dirt people. In front of a police station, go dirt people. Anyway, in downtown, go dirt people. Anyway, so what on Dr. Francis? What do you think? Because you live in Florida, right?
Yes.
In Florida, I tell people all the time, say, in Jamaica, people kick off a door, come in, they come, take out many generation, one hit. In Florida, and place where they know them have gun. If a man want to come in their house, him knock a door. If a thief want to break in their house, him knock a door, ring a bell to make sure you're not at home. Them not kick off a door and come in their house and foreigner. So that's the difference. So now I talk about gun permit, Dr. Francis. Don't you believe that giving Jamaica more Jamaican gun permit would be a useful tool to help the government fight crime also and help the people to protect themselves?
Let me tell you something. Woe betide them who try to come in certain neighborhoods in the United States. And there was a place, you know, that them have a place somewhere. I don't remember if it was in Texas. They've never had a crime in there. Even the baby have a gun. Alright? So let me make it quite clear. Jamaica's policy on firearms is stupid, ridiculous. Quite, I can say that, you know, because I know a lot of people go through that, right? You have, let's say, in Jamaica, you have maybe about 1,000 or 2,000 soldiers that retire, maybe more. And some of them can't get guns, and they had position in the military.
Yes,
those
that's
are
true.
The first people you should have armed.
But hold on, Dr. Francis. Let me add to that.
And I've said it many times.
There are police officers, Dr. Francis, who carry a firearm as a tool for work every day. And these police are refused firearm permit. Tell me if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You can't carry a taser or pepper spray.
Listen to me. First of all, you do have people, whether the police or not, that you really shouldn't give them a firearm because they have it already. All right? They could give you firearms, okay? So there are people out there. The problem you have, okay, the other day I remember you speaking about a child who had a Uzi, brought a Uzi
to school.
Into school.
Yes.
How did that child get that Uzi?
Good question.
I mean, if nobody knows what a Uzi is, one of the most devastating small arms you can think about, and that's what the Israeli use.
Yes.
When they go in there and they fire maybe 600, 700 rounds a minute, just think a minute, and they're going to melt.
7-year-old.
7-year-old. Okay, and have you heard if they held on to the parents?
No, listen to me now. Do you hear this? To add insult to injury, Dr. Francis, the parents, the father, threatened the teacher them and the school was closed. We don't know if the school open yet. Can you imagine that? The papa, instead of them creep up and lock him up, the man threatened the teachers. School shut down.
Well, you know, in my day, when we were there, he would not be able to threaten nobody.
You must say they're not fighting a crime, Dr. Francis. Can you imagine a man who allow him to
police? We're not talking about police.
The military.
We're just talking about the fact of the matter is that man, he foot on him touch ground.
Look on that.
Right? Because you can't have, and I mean, I dare him. People like him, you know, and they know who he is, you know. He must have some connections, obviously.
Got to, because all in the script up that the man cannot threaten the school. That is school lock up.
This is very old, Carlos. That is why I said Jamaicans have to get serious. If you have certain connections, they can't arrest you.
Achoo.
And that's the problem in Jamaica. They think they can't arrest you.
No, police are scared.
Absolutely. If we did that, we arm the population with serious people, then the crime would go down in no time.
Of course. Of course.
Some guys, you know, who went up to, I think it was something gardens, up way up in, you know, the rich people live and so on in Jamaica, in Kingston. And they went up there, and they went to rob somewhere, you know. And when them look around, you know, about 100 gun point at them, you know. Right? So they know what they're doing. They you know, so and furthermore, there are people who are benefiting from these spoils.
Dr. Francis, let me give you two examples why we know that Jamaica need to be armed. Chris Martin is a singer in Jamaica, known singer. His grandmama was having a funeral for his grandmother. I'm sure you probably read about that. I don't know. But 2 gunmen went there, create mayhem. Imagine you talk about a week, you know. Remember say a week. Sometimes the place dark. People they all about. 2 gunmen went down there and created mayhem at Chris Martin's grandmother's wake. All right. Just recently in a New Roads, Westmoreland, I did the story on it. Some gunman came there at a dance, alighted from the car, and created mayhem down there. Imagine you come a dance, a crowd there. Rob everybody of alcohol on the table, phone and everything when they got, wallet, and gone. You understand me? I say, Dr. Francis, those two occurrences, he tell me, say, gunmen know, say, we don't have a soul comb, and the government don't give us a chance to properly protect ourselves with giving us gun license permit so we can own our own guns. So them come in at the wake. Listen to me, 2 gunmen come a wake. And you know, sir, Christopher Martin, people have been there. Enough people probably there. And 2 gunmen come there knowing that nobody else have no firepower to pop off upon them and created mayhem. So these are the 2 occurrences. So we know, say, Jamaicans need a way to protect themselves by issuing more Jamaica with gun license. So even if you have to stick up a man and hold him till police come, even if you have to stick up a man and hold him till police come, sort things out. You know?
Hey, do you remember about 2-3 years ago, there was an incident in Westmoreland, and some guys went to I think it was some money place to hold it up, a couple of them. And then when I got to a madman was coming down the road.
I remember.
And him had a pipe in their hand. And the whole of them run.
Yes, man. If it was one firecracker for them gunmen and they run gone, man. They run gone.
You understand me? So the fact of the matter is that you know, you really need to find a way, and I don't know if these people are being very serious about life and being serious about these guys have to be stopped, right? Because they can go anywhere and do anything.
Anytime.
You can't, anytime. And they have to, and they don't know who to fight because they know exactly where they're going to do these things. They knew, and they obviously have intelligence.
But the one in New Roads that I did a video on, it was somebody from the community who brought them in. So 4 of them alighted from the car, dance a keep, right? Mask up them face, popping can at everybody who run. The people who don't stand up for them, rob them. Anybody who run, them shot them in a New Road, and Westmoreland, right? And one of the person who got conned up, Dr. Francis, was one of the gunmen who was their cousin. And he started to panic. And the rest of 3 corned him up and dirt him on the spot right there. And left him, three of them, remember 4 of them coming at the car, them dirt one of them and leave him there because one of his cousins get dirt. Them never know say cousin run. And them dirt him cousin and him start panic. He is from the community. And him brought them there, mask up in face, brought the hell to his own community. And him own cousin got dirt right there and he started to panic. And the rest of the guys just dirt him there. Kind of like him gonna give away everything. Look at that. It's always somebody from the inside. So you're right on that, Dr. Francis.
Yeah. Inside information is it. So, Carlos, let me say this to you that I want the listeners, everybody, to understand this. That if you do nothing, then nothing's going to happen. And that's the problem we are having in Jamaica. There's a do nothing mentality. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to. But then again, there are some issues and there are some obstacles. You don't know who to trust.
Are the police then?
Policeman, according to you, get dirt. You see the point I mean? I'm not knocking the police or anybody for that matter. Okay? Because there are people out there who are willing to do some stuff that they're not supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
well,
that's the bottom line, my friend.
Yes, sir.
That's the bottom line. So, basically, we have to find a way to show Jamaica is listen to me, my friend. It hurts me and it irks me to know that we are so prolific in sports, in academia, in healthcare, in almost everything that we do in the United States. Jamaica rule, but I went to somewhere the other evening and I was talking, and this guy was eating some food.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about Kentucky Fried Chicken as to it's always big and, the chicken and you can go there and, somebody and then put you in front of the line, although the line and so. And he was mouthing. And I said to him, my friend, do you recognize you're talking about Jamaica here? Do you recognize that we have Kentucky Fried Chicken is not locally owned, all of it is not locally owned. And so you're trying to tell me that you're there telling and our jerk chicken tastes better than that. Why are we going? And the MSG is palpable on the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yes, it's nice. So what? But the fact of the matter is that is a problem. We become a Kentucky society.
Mm-hmm.
We don't eat yams anymore. In other words, let me tell you something. Carlos, the other day I happened to have come across a video about microwave and what the microwave can do to you. And I talked about Chick-fil-A. So I heard about Chick-fil-A and and something, I stopped microwaving myself,
Eh?
Yes, man. I don't microwave nothing again because in other words, it is what they used to use in the military in the early days, and they brought it forward and so on. So I'm not going to use it anymore. So they bought it in my kitchen. But I bought a thing that just boil the water as it is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It has protein and boil it. It's not the same thing. It doesn't have microwave.
But while you're on that subject, Dr. Francis, let me pull something up. Because I know a lot of us in Jamaica like tang. There's something in tang name, and I did a short video on it the other day. Never get enough traction, but guys, while you're here, there's a thing named tang that we love at Jamaica. There's a thing that them use to sweeten tang. You ever wonder why such a little bit of tang can use to sweeten one whole gallon or a bucket of water? Because
I think it's something. We used to sell a product at a place I used to work. Oh my God! What is that?
Hold on, Dr. Francis. Hold on there. There's aspartame. Aspartame is 200 times stronger than sugar, sweeter than sugar. And that's the type of chemical that is then put in a tang. So I would tell my Jamaican people, know what we are doing. And the ramen noodle, I did a video on that. The ramen noodle that we like to eat. The youth them go to school. We wonder why the youth them have this and that. Yeah, look here, people. You see them thing there? No, not do And that's where we come from. This tang of people is very dangerous. Jamaica people love it. They love to mix a big jug of it and put it in the fridge. Drink it morning, noon, and night. It is said in the research, if you put this aspartame, if you put this aspartame on the ground and they put sugar next to it, no ants go to the aspartame, but ants will go to the sugar. And the aspartame is 200 times stronger than sugar that is in tongue. So go ahead, Dr. Francis. Thank you for the reminder.
Yeah, you listen to me. We really have to, let me say this to you. A lot of people, I went to the doctor the other day and he said, my God, you know, after I did all my testing, so much, hold on, man. You know? Okay, I'm not 100%, but I mean, there's certain things, you know, I said, because I drink my what do you call it? My mango leaf, moringa, you know, what should I say? Guava leaf, soursop leaf, and all those things with the ginger and so on, Cersei. Every now and then, not all the time. You know what I mean? But and it cleans you out, right? And so I think that a lot of people don't understand that whatever, and some of the things that are happening in Jamaica, these guys are drinking certain things that is affecting their brain. Okay? And, you know, so listen to me, my friend. There are so many things that are healthy and good, as I was saying, about Jamaica. Right? And if we exploit it and we put it together, it could be huge as running, as huge as tourism, as what have you, and so on. You know, that's what we need to do. But what we are doing is trying to become the United States, United Kingdom, and the world. And so we're like for example, these shoes, what they call it? Everybody's what's it called? The shoes again?
Clarks.
Is it?
Yeah.
The Clarks. Everybody, it's an expensive shoes. Even who can't afford it to buy it.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm saying to you,
me no wear Clarks, man. Me no wear Clarks. I get our shoes. Everybody have it.
No. That's what I'm trying to say. We must stop trying to ape other countries. Eat what we produce. Do our business in Jamaica. Export what we have to export. Well, listen to me. Here it is in Jamaica. What is happening? Look at the poor people. They were the ones who used to plant ganja, right? They used to plant the weed, right? And what now is big man take over ganja in Jamaica and even importing ganja to Jamaica? Now, can you imagine that? You are importing ganja to Jamaica when we grow it. We don't have no more hemp clothes. We don't have no more this and all that. My friend, let me tell you something. We in Jamaica have to stand up and say we need our Jamaica back. Because I'm telling you, if we do not take our Jamaica back, in 10 years, we can't sing reggae because, you know, the other nations that are taking over Jamaica can't do what we do. Right? And that's important to me. And I hope it's important to everybody else out there. Right? We have a fantastic country. And we have to know how to preserve it for not only ourselves, but for our children and their children's children. And some of the things that is happening out there, we certainly cannot agree with it. You know, we have to go and we have to create back to it, and we have to have the politicians, the leaders, whatever, who believe in that. And we do have them. But some of them, we must admit, Carlos, are afraid. And they have reason to be afraid. Because right now, it's nothing to hurt a man in Jamaica, a woman. Okay, they don't care.
Because they're not going to find nobody. Me say, you know what killer walk around in Jamaica? Hitman is the latest job. Huh? Being a hitman is the latest job because the police now come look for nobody. They not do nothing.
But we are going to, Carlos, not to cut you, I just want to say this. We are going to, in our call to action, be able to emphasize 3 areas that crime could be cut down in Jamaica in 3 weeks to a month if they follow our ideas. And you've named one of them. One of them, I'm not going to give away the other 2. But let me say this to you, my friend. We have to create a mindset in Jamaica that the people don't really love Jamaica. Let me tell you, I know this is a strong point. That's one of the things you talk about, the music. And I think that's what I'm going to close on today for myself, because the music in Jamaica has gone from, it was excellent in the early days and has gone from bad to worse. And people are now even defending the lyrics that are promoting violence against women, children, right? Against everybody. We also have a problem with not only the drug issues and so on that's coming to the island, but what you call it now? What's the word for it? we capture people. What's it? Oh my God, what is it called? I'm having a senior moment, my friend. But we need to stop. Right?
The music. I have a problem with the music too. Those type of music, because England find a relationship between violent music and violent crime.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's why England police are walk around without gun. And when we see Jamaican police, I go to school. They have this big old iron I go to school with, just to go deal with school picnic. So I say we are creating this thing on our own. How can you promote something where the government is trying to stop?
Well, that is a symptom, or not a symptom. It is a result of us not putting our feet down from the beginning, through the radio stations and everywhere. We do not promote this thing, right? Because violence, once people are talking about, and they're singing it, and we're getting views and what have you. You know something, Carlos? I've been watching a lot of locally produced YouTube. And these guys are doing very well with it. And you know how they're doing very well at it? Because they're going in and they're showing the real parts of Jamaica that matter. Right? They're cooking, they're exploring. They're going out there and they're talking to people, and they're going worldwide with it. And it's taking root, and they're doing very well through YouTube and all of those other places. That's what we need to focus on. We have so many talented young people down there, but everybody cannot be a blogger. Okay? But we have to train them. They have the mindset that they don't have to steal to get it. They don't have to kill to get it.
All right.
Okay?
Yep.
Huh?
So, Dr. Francis, now, before we wrap up, right? But before we go, I have one serious question to ask you. As a leader of Call to Action, do you know now that we identify that arming Jamaica could be a good thing to fight crime? Is a good thing to help the government, help itself fight crime? Would you, and you know Andrew Onesan back in the days, he might not answer you now because you're born him out of foreign. Now, do you think writing a letter to him from the Call to Action group to him advocating for more gun permits to the citizens is a good way to think about that?
Yes. I saw a note from somebody just, and I thank them very much for listening to us, Carlos, and for the chiming in. And I would love to see more people chiming in. Let me say this to you. Yes, Carlos, but here's the situation, Carlos. Don't give away all the plays that we have. We will create a document with the recommendations I mentioned, and you have just mentioned one. But there are two more important ones, and I tell you, you're gonna almost. It's so simple. But let me say this to you, my friend. We are going to be putting it just like how we did before. There's no problem about that. But not only that, we're going to ask for the support of the Jamaican diaspora in not only the United States, but wherever they are, in Canada, in UK, and what have you, to join us, to show and to say to our brothers and sisters in Jamaica, get up, stand up for your rights. Get up. It is no time, because you're going to lose it if you do not do something about it. It can't be us. We have started the fire. You have to keep it going. Okay? And we must not be afraid to do it, because we are not going to stop. We are going to advocate and do. Advocacy is the key. That's what you're doing right now. So the people out there must understand. And they're saying, some people say, who is Dr. Francis? Well, go look for yourself. If these people, my friend Carlos, they know who Carlos is. But if they had done their research, they'd recognize that what has been said is stupidity. I am the first. I am one of those persons. I'm from a very low background, they call it, or whatever. Bushman, barefoot. Well, let me say this to you.
The people them know. The people them know already. Say a nonsense spoke. Them know that already. The people know me.
Yes, no, hold on. You didn't know that I was Boy of the Year for Jamaica in 1968.
Yeah, you told me that.
I won the competition for the entire Jamaica in 1968. I was the guy who walked in front of Bustamante casket from the church right into where they buried him at Heroes Park. That's me. Okay? I was also an elocutionist. right? I used to appear on TV doing Louis Bennett items, but I have not shown up.
Could you explain the elocutionists for the ones in the back?
Huh?
Could you explain, define elocutionists for the ones in the back?
Meaning, I used to do speech on TV and so on. One of the ones I did was, I think, on Mary Dryfoot Boy. What wrong with Mary Dryfoot Boy? Eh? Them girl got him for Mark. You know, that's how it started. That's Louis Bennett. And I used to do that in the early days. There used to be a debate, etc. And so on. I was quite involved in you know, a lot of stuff, right? Military, what have you, and so on and so forth. So a lot of people are saying, so why am I speaking? Because I've been there. I not only was in politics, I was the top salesman for Jamaica and the Caribbean for Jamaica Mutual. Go look it up.
What about your participation? What about your contribution as a lecturer?
Oh my God! That's what I served for 20 plus years in the university system. Okay, I taught speech and all that sort of thing. Yep. So when people come talk about I was horrible. Listen, I've been on CVM and in Jamaica and so on speaking all the time. So they can go look it up. They can go look at the archives, and then people are talking. No, I'm not afraid to speak anywhere. I don't have to stutter. I don't have a script today. I'm talking. We're just talking.
Neither do I. Wait till the fact.
It's not about me. I just want them to know who I am. And they can Google me. Google.
Yes.
And they say who I am. Go on LinkedIn. Wherever. Right? Jamaica Diaspora Crime Intervention and Prevention Task Force. That's me.
Google Dr. Francis. Googling, man. Yes. Googling. Yeah, man.
Yes. Google me. I'm not afraid. And they'll tell you where I'm from. I'm an Ochias man. Right from Ochi. Right?
Yes, man.
And I'll be here up to all the Ochi, all center. Everybody from around the place. Yes. Was a barefoot boy, but I don't care. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit. Hold on, Dr. Francis. Let me ever call you back on the show, you know. Very interesting about the barefoot part. They come in me the barefoot too. Yeah. Explain to me about your barefoot days. Let me say if you get booked to like me to and sit and joke in the bottom of your foot.
No, my God, man. I told you so much that I couldn't tell you. Listen to me. Listen, Carlos, I didn't know what a toy was until I saw an American child with a toy. Didn't know what it was. There was a Bible in the house and I couldn't touch it to read it.
Yes.
Okay? That's like that, you know. Yeah. And you know, you live in a one-room thing or whatever, you know, in a board house and all that.
Hold on, Dr. Francis. You can't take that from the Prime Minister. Make you copy someone. Or you copy the Prime Minister.
No. The Prime Minister has not had my experience, my friend. I guarantee you. I tell you, I used to drink. Why I love seafood so much, I used to fish from I was maybe 3-4 years old. Then I say you're lying, but that's not true. I mean that is true, because if you go to the river in Ocherias, which they have diverted, I used to catch shrimps in there, and then go catch me snapper and whatever. You know, out there, right where Moon Palace is, right, and on that reef and so on. And I as a child, I bought a little boat for $1. I cut out the back and put a piece of zinc on it and tar it up and went out. And when we was going too far, they said, "Well, put me full now, almost out of the water to where the ships come in." We turn back, because I don't know if I'd be here talking to you if I'd gone ahead on that. But there's so much to talk about the country life and so on and so forth. You know, I watched movies in the old days, my friend. There's a thing called Cove Theatre. It was an open air theatre, and there was a breadfruit tree. That's where I sat and watched my movies, right, in the breadfruit tree. And when the man them come and them turn all the shoes for us, me jump at them and knock them out and run down in my yard. A lot of people don't understand, you know, we went through all that.
Big,
right?
Yeah, you can just imagine us a big barefoot trunk country boy back in them days.
Absolutely. No, I was a marker boy.
You the marker?
Marker.
Eh?
Yeah, dry foot there. Mary dry foot boy, yes. So I'm proud of my origin. I'm proud of my beginnings.
Dr. Francis, guess what now? Me have to go bring you back one next day and we'll talk about the history, because that is very rich. And a lot of youngsters need to hear about them thing how you raise up in Jamaica. So we can't wait sitting at the end of our video. We have to have a full video, and Dr. Francis I talk about in history growing up in Jamaica. Thank you, Dr. Francis. You have anything to say in the last word? May I wrap it up?
No, yes. When it bring me on StreamYard, I don't know, this number thing it gave me a warm time, but I just normally click on it and it just takes me right through the StreamYard. So hopefully next time we'll do that.
We do it earlier.
And I'll be live and direct, you know what I mean?
Yes. All right.
I want to tell everybody it was a great afternoon. It was not planned or anything like that. We don't have to plan no script. We have a script right inside us.
That's true.
And so we can talk forever about it. I want to thank you very much, all of you, for making such a wonderful, wonderful day. And I look forward to having more, more interaction with Carlos and your crew out there, and indeed the people of Jamaica in the United States and the world. Thank you very much, Carlos.
Thank you, Dr. Francis. Blessings.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Blessings.
People, that was a wonderful not I would say interview, chit chat. Because we never planned nothing. Dr. Francis was supposed to come on here and all him talk about, send a warning out to a message to the people in the hurricane path. That was what it's all about, and we just start talk. I'm not write down nothing to come from my heart. And Dr. Francis said, no, Dr. Francis can talk. He's a talker. He don't talk. Yeah, man, never talk. He must teach speech in a university, 20 years. You want to speak what? Speech. So you know who that. Dr. Francis good with words. Dr. Francis, a man, don't play with words. Yeah, he can wrap you up with words in a pretzel. That is Dr. Francis for you. And his contribution to Jamaica, even at the military, man, is exceptional. So we really appreciate it. And we love Dr. Francis. Me call him old bull. Him call me young bull. You understand me? I learn a lot from him. He's also a mentor of I and I. If I have anything where I don't understand, I'll call Dr. Francis to I know stuff for I and I. Just like just the other day with the doctorate, with the Prime Minister's doctorate, I have to call Dr. Francis, whom I know have a doctorate already. So he could explain the whole process to me. So let me just talk about this part of the video real quick. We have in the thumbnail with the detainee that dies in the hospital. Let me do it real quick. Denham Town Police lock up detainee dies at hospital. From the other day, me noticing a pattern. What is not prisoner get beaten up in a jail and them get dropped out. I don't know what's going on with our inmates in Jamaica, but it seems as if more inmates are get hurt behind bars. Yeah, when we know here, say them and take a gun from police and pop off can back there. I don't know what the hell is going on in Jamaica with inmates. It's like the police them cannot contain these inmates. I don't know what is happening. I don't know what this is, but let me go read it. An investigation has been launched into the death of a Denham Town police lockup detainee who died at a hospital. 23-year-old Michael Adams of Lancaster District, Portland, passed away at the Kingston Public Hospital on Monday. It is reported that Adams, who was being accused of murder, was escorted from the police station to the hospital on Friday, October 4th, where he was admitted. He was reportedly found unresponsive around 12:30 a.m. on Monday. Adams was later pronounced not here no more. This is the fourth case involving the death of a detainee in police custody in the past 2 weeks. People, there's a pattern. What the hell is going on in Jamaica? So don't take me to the jail then. So if a man get police want me, I try everything for them and they lock me up because they may probably not come out of jail. What the hell is going on? Human rights? Where are the human rights people in Jamaica then? This is a pattern. How about the mama cloth aguana, sir? This is the fourth case involving the death of a detainee in police custody in the past 2 weeks. This needs special attention. The Independent Commission of Investigations is probing the latest incident. People, you can't make that up. What that happened at? 4 in 2 weeks. 4 in 2 weeks. Something going on. And the family members behind bars safe. Elaine Turner, thank you for the $20 in the super chat. I appreciate it. Anybody who support this platform in liking, share, subscribe, donating. Thank you, guys. But let's look at these people. 4 inmates dead under some fishy circumstances over the past 2 weeks. I'm not talking about 4 weeks or 4 months or 6 months or a year. 4 in 2 weeks. So how many more are going to go in the next 2 weeks?
People, this is spooky, ain't it? 4 inmates in 2 weeks. Where them do that? Where that happen? Except Jamaica. Eh? What is going on, people? This is spooky. Would you want to go to jail right now? Is it a good time to go to jail in Jamaica? It's never a good time to go to jail, but my God, right now it's like, you got to kick and scream, don't put me in there. What is going on here, people? 4 inmates were in a police custody, in a police care, pass under suspicious circumstances in the past 2 weeks. I want somebody, please make sense of that to me. Something ain't right here. This ain't right here. The guy is young. He's a youngster, right? Regardless of what you do, regardless of what him do, me don't care if him dirt your friend, your cousin, whatever. I mean, at the police custody. We can't have this. This is not how you fight crime for us to come home. If you're going to violate the rights of detainees for us to come home, say, I clean up the street like that, that's not how we see it's done over here. We overseas don't want you to do that to our own Jamaican brothers and sisters because it's not done to us over here. That's not how we see them fight crime a foreign over here. So if this happened, this a health. Can you imagine if this happened overseas like this? At least you'd have some investigation and somebody has some trouble. You'd hear it in the news, you'd have some civil rights lawyer pick it up. You'd have some group, some human rights group and make noise and keep it in the media. This is dead. So if we the vlogger don't talk about it and rage about it, what happened here? 23-year-old Michael Adams, a youngster. I would think he's a strong boy. 23-year-old Michael Adams of Lancaster District, Portland, passed away at the Kingston Public Hospital on Monday. It is reported that Adams, who was being accused of murder, was escorted from the police station to the hospital on Friday, October 4th, where he's admitted. Why him come from the police station there? Why them are transporting? Why him need to go to the hospital in the first place? I saw them take him up and lock him up. He was sick when the guys arrested him. Eh? Was he a sickly man? He have a history of sickness. He was reportedly found unresponsive around 12:30 on Monday. Adams was later pronounced dead. And this is a 4th, and not suspicious here, in 2 weeks. This is a 4th inmate. This is a 4th case of involving the death of a detainee in police custody in the past 2 weeks. Not 4 weeks, not 4 months. 2 weeks, Jamaican people. And this now raise an alarm nowhere. Where the human rights people in Jamaica? People, what it seems to me, like there's a slow genocide going to Jamaica, going on there. Where they don't clean the garbage on the road, so the baby them born dead, pay out up germs around the hospital. The baby them born dead. The baby dead in the hospital, and then baby mama them are dead too. You have more mother dead in a childbirth today than in the 60s. Me say you have more mother and Pickney are dead in a childbirth than in the 60s. Me born a yard. Me just talk to my virgin a while ago. Him tell me say mother have about 10 of them. And she no go to hospital for one of them. Every one of them born a yard. I think about either 10 or 12, my virgin say. Him parents have. Him mother have 10 of them a yard. She no go to hospital. So how come and none of them are dead? Eh? So how come? How come this are going here? So many of them. Hey, people, tell me what I go on. Yes, just a minute. Okay? A minute. All right, bye. Think about it, people. Me born a yard. Many youths born a yard. First time people no got a doctor, you know, scar somebody your baby a yard. Baby no dead, no germs, and you're poor. Remember you're poor, you know.
Are you supposed to can't find sanitation, sanitize a place clean enough for a baby, a newborn? But our parents manage to keep a baby a yard. No. And we are pit tile it, don't it? Midwife come there, come deliver baby and gone back. Nothing to do, mama. So nowadays, mother pass a hospital and baby a pass. The crime of Jamaica does allow to just go on. Police now look for murderer. It seems as if they wanted to continue with this slow genocide. The accident on the road. Them know what go on now. Breathalyzer upon the road. Anybody can buy a driver's license, go up on the road. Anything to make a slide on the precipice, it's free in Jamaica. Slow genocide. I want to meet in an accident on the road, or the gun can you up. What happened? There's no ambulance for you. When you leak and somebody even carry a hospital train and back on pickup truck, nothing to resuscitate you on the way to the hospital, so get pass out. And when you got hospital, there's no good care, proper care for you. Slow genocide. Something is not right. It's not right. There's no effort in Jamaica to me to save life. Slow genocide. Don't matter about inmates. I get dirt. So police have grievance with inmates, it seems, and I take it out from them behind bars. That is what is happening here. Police have grievance with inmates. Maybe the inmates hurt somebody who the police related to, are friend with, are associated with. So police, because there's no law in Jamaica and order. Even the Minister of National Security is asleep. So police believes them can go in a bar now, go behind bars now. Go do what they want to do to people. And that I go on now. I would like an answer on that. Guys, thank you for watching this video now. As usual, I am a student in your guys' class. Please make sure your comments make sense in every sentence. If for the first time on the platform and you like the work, support the page. Thank you so much, people. Things are right, boy. Too much things wrong in the country. Too much things wrong. The country dark. Talk to you guys later. My name is Jamaican Carlos. I'm out.
I hear man talk a kind of lie. Oh, 20 million and 28 million. Lie. Me not take no salary increase. So my salary is what it was before. And I tell you something, I feel like just keep back to. Because he's a proud man, you know. Me don't like people tell lie for me.
I don't want you to come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and he's a prime minister around the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want labor rights carry that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
Yeah, you know.
Back is not supposed to come and dance.
No, back up, you can't come. Back supposed to come out of the car and go straight in a police. You must see. Where they are there?
Come on, man, we're not cool.
At the 8th election, I run. I never see this yet. Oh, joking thing on the pan. See if you have box in there, any feeling when you want to put your box in there, put the president officer, carry them up. I want to know about
Junior,
why not?
come here, sir.
Diane, where you there?
I go for box to that, sir.
Them police, yeah. The presiding officer got park. Me never see boxer ground, boxer going in a EOJ. Me downstairs. Me don't want nobody touch me. Me want to box them. Go in the office. Me not supposed to box them. That's wrong.
Yeah, get that.
Me not in this.
Yeah, let's try to get to go on. Go, but if it's cool, you
box them. Come on, box them from me. No bad men here box them. No answer. I'm tell council don't send me no without it.
Mr. Prime Minister, Minister of Health and Wellness, those of you who craft this order, I don't know what to say to you, but the Holy Ghost within me tells me that this order is working against the church, is working against the body of Christ. Mr. Prime Minister, I was watching a program last night and you declare me to be your good friend. My good friend, I'm telling you, sir, this order, God gets no glory out of it. And it's making the society worse than it ought to be. You're crippling the fountain of life that gives life to the nation. You're blocking the well. Somebody give me a chance in this house of blindness. You're blocking the well. You're stopping the fountain. Lose the church, lose the church, lose the church, lose the church, lose the church. You're destroying the foundation. And if the foundation be destroyed, what can a nation do?